Welcome back for another Nightworks. Art explorations with graphite, ink, and watercolor tonight. This piece is called Life of the Party. I'm just doing a fun party girl, like the kind you see running around, has always a full drink in her hand, and she loves to cackle and talk. Yeah, this one's also a devil, so I don't just putting a little monster spin on it. It's a fun piece, just sketching in the face. I wanted the teeth to be bigger than normal teeth to give you the sense that she can really talk loud, like you could hear her across any party. She'd be the loudest person there. And I gave her some nice kind of spiny horns that come in, kind of make a heart. And then I had to give her her little martini. I don't know, what kind of martini do you guys like? I like all of them. I tend to shoot towards a vodka with a twist kind of thing, but traditional martini is perfectly fine. Olives give it a nice little briny kick. So here I am noodling in. Wanted her more thin, kind of, and I wanted her snaky like I mean, the idea for figure was kind of more like almost like a snake-ish idea rather than standard kind of human kind of thing. I just gave her some sort of different frame for her body. And I gave her a cigarette in a holder. So back in the day when people smoked a lot, sometimes fancy people had these extensions and you could smoke and put the cigarette in the end of the holder, and it would keep the smoke from getting right in your face. It would also keep all the smoke off your fingers, because when you smoke a lot, like I used to, it turns your fingers yellow and it gets in your eyes and it just gets there. It's pretty nasty. But I wanted her to look like a upper crust socialite, and she's looking at you. She's about to run over here and talk to you about stuff you don't want to listen to. I mean, she's fun to have at a party though, but still, sometimes they're like, oh God, I gotta talk to this lady. She could at least bring me a martini if I have to listen to a lot of stuff. Gotta put little flies around them. And gave her some bling. And now here I am to the watercolor part. So drawing, and I'm just sort of giving the paper a general wash. I had to tape off some bits just so the page wouldn't curl up too much. And then just putting in a greenish blue background, a little, and doing the runs because I like that abstract. I don't know what it's going to turn out to. Nothing too overwhelming. And so then, because I have a green background, I'm working with a complementary kind of effect idea for the worms. Yeah, I went out of the horn. Don't look at it. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, coming in with kind of reddish tones. It's like complementaries to the... Yeah, it doesn't have to be... It's not like literally red, but it's reddish. The background's greenish. So there you get your kind of more pops. And hopefully that'll make her pop off the background a little more. I found out researching watercolor paper that this stuff I'm using is probably cellulose based, more like a traditional pulp paper. And a lot of people are saying I need to be painting on 100% cotton watercolor paper. I don't know, I'm just doing these goofy illustrations, but I ordered some, so we'll try it out as soon as it gets here. We'll do, I don't know, some sort of monster on it or something. But this watercolor paper holds up fine. The cellulose paper, if you do it, do the watercolor on it a lot in an area repeatedly, sometimes it does what's called pilling or piling or pib. It just sort of starts to ball up a little bit. I don't usually have issues with that, but sometimes if I overwork an area, it does. It happens a lot quicker, happens more often on that mixed media paper. Mixed media paper is more delicate. You gotta be careful with that stuff. It's fine, I use it a lot, but you just gotta be a little more soft-handed with it. And I'm putting in like a earth tony red dress, almost like a rosy brick color, and I needed it just a little punch. Oh, I did match my colors good enough. And then I had to add some more reds, and then I had to reconnect the new color back to the old color so it didn't seem like different parts. So I'm just mixing in now some darker tones just to give a little more variation, hints of shadows, hints of curves. I'm coming in with some now like a green cast on top of the red. And when you have like the red, sometimes little pops of the complementary on the skin makes it look just a little different. It's kind of fun, makes things pop in a different way. So I put green on the face, and then I'm coming in with red under shadow kind of parts, and then coming in with some darks. The green on top of the red should sort of turn into like a more of a neutral. So it's just fun to play with that, see how it turns out. Makes it good for shadows. Gotta color her teeth, all the cigarette smoke. And just relayering. Remember, with watercolors, you can let it dry and do multiple passes because the watercolors are basically transparent. So you get to glaze or wash or whatever you want to call it over the watercolor multiple times, and it kind of gives you cool layering effects. And now I'm just sort of repeating the process, recovering areas. When you do that, the first pass may look fine. It tends to be thinnish, light, a little hazy looking or something. So do, multiple passes if you can with your watercolors, especially when you're kind of using a milder strength of a wash to begin with. You can always layer and make things darker. You can't make things lighter. So I tend to approach things maybe a little slower than some people do. I don't know. And they're trying to get some color variation into the forehead and on the body, trying to add little hits of warm. Yeah, some bright red for the fingernails and the lipstick. And just for points of interest or points where there might be more blood near the surface of the skin, so it gets pink, brighter, redder, rosier maybe. And just using a tiny brush to kind of hit some details. Push your eyes further into the socket, kind of darken the mouth, giving the horns that texture that they have. Re-yellowing the teeth. And give her some orange eyes. Some gold earrings, nice. Yeah, some colored beads, maybe turquoise. Can't remember what I was thinking. I think I was trying to pop something against the skin tones. So, the gold, I'm just using like a yellow ochre typically for gold, maybe with hits of yellow cadmium in it, and that's fine. But like in this skin tone, her skin kind of is golden, so you gotta make sure you always have some sort of contrast so the things separate when the viewer's looking at it. Just throwing darks into the hair helps push the face forward. It's a pretty decent little martini glass. Just gonna spill half of it on the carpet though. Just uses trying some different colors for jewelry, just to see what works. Coming back and enhancing shadows. I'm going to use some sort of purple, I think, purple blue. I seem to default a lot of times to a purple or blue, like an indigo, but then I just throw purple in it. A soft purple or a violet kind of makes a nice shadow. Sometimes you can just use Payne's Gray, which is a bluish gray. Shadow tones are tricky, so just kind of look at the colors on your piece, and this is obviously a very weird piece, but look at the pieces and then see what works either in your mind visually, which might be just grays or something, I don't know. Browns work sometimes. A lot of times there's the complementary colors in a shadow, but sometimes just blues and purples will work too. Depends, shadows kind of depend, or I say should depend on the color of the light. But when you're making something up, there's no real clear color to the scene. Like, just do whatever you feel works good for you. As long as you keep the shadows consistent, like they're coming from kind of a defined light source, you can sort of do whatever you want. Just have fun with it. And so I decided to ink this piece. I think it got a little, I don't know about dark, just a little muddy in spots, or a little vague. And I thought she was kind of a bold, obnoxious kind of character, and I could ink her anyway, make her really pop. I don't think the illustrative cartoony inking hinders her persona at all, so. And then I get into inking and you line it, and it's fine. Sometimes I wish I had the smallest ink pen so I could put some ink in there, but it wouldn't be so bold. But it is what it is. Yeah, I like doing martini glasses, other kind of glass, cocktail glasses and stuff in pictures. They're kind of fun to draw, and it's just funny for the character to be sloshing something around that's like delicate like glass. Giving her bags under her eyes. That enhances her mania. Defining the teeth. Sometimes you could just leave the teeth. I figured the piece had such kind of a illustrative quality, I could just line them. It's not a big deal. But sometimes you just leave the teeth and it's cool. But that was a fun piece. I enjoyed making that. I'll make some more. Like, I don't know if you guys make stuff like this at all, but it's fun. Social commentary, monsters. In the next video, I'll be doing how to draw faces. So we're going to start doing some lessons on how to draw faces and monsters. I hope you guys come back for those. We're doing other monsters and other fun stuff. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Share, like, and subscribe. Bye.